2022, Toyota's first real electric car got recalled because the wheels could come off. Everybody laughed. Last October, Toyota showed the best-looking sedan it has ever built, and it's a Corolla. Those two things are the same story. 50 million Corollas, more than any car ever built by anyone, and not one of them has ever been called beautiful. That was the job. Then Toyota went quiet for 3 years and came back looking like this. Torque and chill, because there's one number hiding inside this car that explains the entire thing. The number is 4. I'll tell you what it does at the end. The Corolla arrived in 1966 with one instruction: don't be interesting, and it followed that instruction for 59 years with scary discipline. It was a refrigerator with a steering wheel. Nobody loved it, you just noticed it never broke. That sounds like an insult. It printed money. 50 million cars, the only nameplate in the history to get there, and just last year 248,088 Americans bought one in a country that said sedans were dead. So Toyota had no reason to change anything. None. Zero. And then, around 2020, the entire planet started telling Toyota it was finished. Tesla was worth more than most of the old car industry combined. Everybody announced they were going all electric by some year ending in zero. And Toyota, the biggest car company on earth, kept quietly building hybrids and shrugging. Toyota's chairman, Akio Toyoda, said out loud that he figured battery EVs would top out around 30% of the market. That went badly. He got called a dinosaur, a fossil, and a man protecting his engine business, roughly in that order. Then Toyota launched its first proper electric SUV, the bZ4X, and within weeks it got recalled because the hub bolts could loosen and a wheel could come off the car. Toyota told owners to stop driving. Nobody got hurt. The jokes were brutal anyways. So there's your setup. The most successful car company in human history got laughed at in public by everyone for about 2 years straight. And then it stopped replying. No angry press release, no actually our numbers. Toyota just went dark, walked into the gym and did not post for 3 years. I want to be clear that I'm not being poetic here. You're about to watch a company come back from being dumped. The first thing that came out of that silence was the Prius, which is the least scary object ever bolted together. The Prius was a punchline with a hatchback. It was what your dentist drove to feel green. Then in 2023, Toyota redesigned it and the thing came out low, wide, and honestly kind of mean. Same 57 miles per gallon, totally different beast. And here's the part that matters. Toyota's own chief engineer, Satoki Oya, said the design came first this time. Not the tech, the looks. That is a car company saying, I have some things to work through. But the actual gym work wasn't the styling. It was something nobody wrote a headline about. Toyota went and rebuilt its engines from scratch. A whole new family. A new 1.5 liter is about 10% smaller, about 10% shorter, and about 10% lighter than the one it replaces. 10% shorter matters more than it sounds. A shorter engine means a lower hood. A lower hood means the roofline drops, the nose gets sharp, and the whole car stops looking like a loaf. So Toyota didn't design a prettier Corolla. Toyota built a smaller engine, so it was allowed to design a prettier Corolla. That's not a haircut, that's changing your diet entirely. And then Toyota handed the drawing to one office you'd at least expect. Not Japan, not California, Nice, as in south of France. Toyota's European design studio, ED2 or ED squared in short, whatever you want to call it, drew the new Corolla, and their design boss, Lance Scott, described the goal like this. They wanted people to look at it and think, and I quote, "I can't believe that's a Corolla." Well, mission accomplished, buddy. Nobody believes it. It was a full, wide light bar at the front, another one across the back. It has a hammerhead nose where the grille used to be, frameless door windows like a coupe, 21-inch wheels, a ducktail spoiler baked into the trunk lid on a Corolla. And inside there's a gear selector shaped like a tiny car, 'cause obviously. Okay. Time for the question you actually clicked on. Is any of this real or is it a pricey sculpture? Because concept cars lie all the time. Half of them exist so a design team can go home happy. So here's the evidence. In July, a Japanese film crew got inside Toyota and caught staff being shown the real car. The car itself was blurred, but it was not very well blurred. You can see the sharp nose, you can see the window line running diagonally down the door instead of straight across, which is the concept's weirdest detail. You can see the crease finishing in a triangle on the lower flank. Same car, softened, probably, not neutered. A Japanese film crew got inside Toyota this July and showed the new Corolla by mistake. They blurred the car, but they did not do a great job. You can see the diagonal window line, the sharp nose, and the crease that ends in a triangle on the door. All three are lifted straight off the concept shown off earlier for the new Toyota Corolla. So the wild one is the real one, the real 2027 Corolla. Also, there's a version for this car nobody's talking about, and it makes 395 horsepower. The reveal is expected in the second half of this year, with cars landing in 2027, and when it lands, you get to pick your poison: gas, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or full electric. First electric Corolla ever, that's right. There's also a new 2.0-liter Turbo 4 for the GR version that Toyota's powertrain lead says can make up to 395 horsepower, up from 300 previously. Now here's the trap, and about 9 million people are about to fall into it. Toyota already sells a 2027 Corolla right now in America. It went on sale this summer at $24,780 for the hatchback. And it is not this car. It's the same one from 2018 with a bigger screen and some new paint and optional white wheels. Same 169 horsepower, same shape, same refrigerator basically. So if you go looking for the 2027 Corolla, you will find a warmed over appliance and wonder why everyone online is losing their minds. The gorgeous one shows up after that. And in America, it'll almost certainly wear a 2028 badge rather than 27. Toyota is selling a 2027 Corolla in 2026, and the real 2027 Corolla will probably say 2028 on it, because obviously. Right, so the number 4. The new Corolla Hybrid uses that 1.5-liter engine, which makes 94 horsepower on its own, plus an electric motor worth another 40, added up, and the system makes 134 horsepower. The current Corolla Hybrid makes 138 horsepower. Toyota disappeared for 3 years, rebuilt its engines, redrew its cars in France, and came back with 4 less horsepower than it started with, because it was never the gym, it was the diet. What Toyota chased was gas mileage. Its powertrain lead says 10 to 20% better and floated 53 miles per gallon combined, plus a hood low enough to make the thing look rich. Toyota didn't want to be stronger. Toyota wanted to be lighter, cheaper to run, and impossible to laugh at. And every part of that lands on you, because this isn't a supercar nobody buys. This is the car. 250,000 Americans alone a year buy this car, the best-selling nameplate on the planet, the default answer when somebody asks what car to buy. That one just got good looking. It has never been good looking, not once in 59 years. So no, nobody actually hurt Toyota. Toyota got mocked for 2 years, said nothing, and answered with the prettiest car in its history, with 4 fewer horsepower, which is the most Toyota revenge ever taken. The refrigerator went to France and came back hot. I don't fully know how to feel about that, and I've had about 9 minutes to think about it. Alright, you and I just went through a full character arc for a compact sedan, and I'd apologize except you clicked. Drop a like if you're now weirdly proud of a Corolla, then tell me in the comments, is the production car going to keep the frameless windows? Yes or no? I'm saying no, and I'd love it if Toyota would prove me wrong. And subscribe, because next time we're doing what Lexus is doing with their new generation of cars. And that one's incredible news for the EV lovers as well. Until then, keep torquing and chilling.